All right, so this was hot off the press from Donald Trump. As for my promise to you, the Department of War has released the first tranche of UAP or UFO UAP files to the public for their review and study. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, actually, that's not the blah, blah, blah. I want to read that part. In an effort for complete and maximum transparency. That part I take issue with. You can read the rest, but okay. So obviously the files, or some of the files, have been released. We were told yesterday that the most remarkable stuff isn't going to be up front. We're going to have to wait for that. I did confirm, at least through Andy from the UFO podcast, or that UFO podcast, that the 46 videos that Congress has been after is none of those videos. All right. So that won't be for a couple weeks, according to him, wherever he read that from. So, but my issue is that a lot of the videos that are released, now I'm very busy this morning. I don't have time to go through it myself, but I've just been kind of watching some clips here and there, watched a little bit of Vetted, and a few other things. But from what I've seen, they blacked out the most important data. So you know how you watch some military footage. First of all, most people don't understand military footage. They just complain about black, white, and blurry. They have, show me that you don't know nothing about military footage by not saying that you don't know nothing about military footage. The most, strongest army on earth. This is what we use. Obviously we have other sensors and stuff like that. And yes, I'm sure there's better quality videos, but you have to understand, these videos have data all over the screen, but they blacked it out for these purposes. Now, Jeremy Corbell released something a couple of months ago on Weaponized. They broke down all the numbers, all the data, how important it was. We just have some visuals. From what I understand, some of it is very interesting. A lot of it's just like, okay, nothing. But the most important data is blacked out. That is important. They only have Ultra 4K cinematic video for the public's viewing pleasure. Okay, this is for them, and the data is more important than just a visual. Having the most striking Ultra HD 4K whatever is kind of useless if you don't have the other data associated with it. So, and of course, FLIR footage, heat signatures and all that. That's why it looks the way it looks, but most people in the public don't understand that. But anyway, I have a lot to say about this so far. I'm excited for what's to come in the future, but we just need to get this down right away. They blacked out something for why? Why is that redacted? Why is that classified? It's just data. So yeah, I'm very, very disappointed with that. That is very incredible, important information. But we'll see what happens. I'm still hopeful. I have a lot to say about it, but I don't got time. I gotta go.